So, am I cursed by God? Okay, so I know a lot of people ask themselves that, like, do they feel like they're cursed, or they don't know, like, they feel like God just hates them. And I saw a few videos on YouTube about this, so I just thought I would share, my own experience. So I'm gonna be doing my makeup, so this is a get ready with me talk through story time. So yeah, let's see. So for me, it all seemed to have started around 2013. I had just graduated from college, and I was like, I'm dedicating a year to service, and I wanted to, help out my community, give back. That was like something that was really important to me after going to college. So I got a job. Well, it was kind of like a volunteer program in Watts, and I really loved what I was doing, but like slowly going through it, I got like halfway through and I just started to feel exhausted, and I just remember thinking like, God, like I just want a break. Like, and winter break was coming up, and I was just thinking like, yes, I'm just about to have this, enjoy myself and a break to just relax. I was working long hours and I was just exhausted, and my body started to really feel that. And so let's see, yeah, I remember it was like the last day of school before winter break, and I went to the doctor, and I remember just telling them how I felt, and they did my blood work and everything. And at the doctor appointment, my doctor was like, I want you to go home, pack your bags, and come back and check into the hospital. So I'm like, okay, this must be really serious. So he kind of just like nonchalantly, if that's a word, nonchalantly, very nonchalant, he was like, oh yeah, we're going to start chemo and this and that. And I'm like, chemo? So I didn't really understand that what kind of chemo, radiation, like they didn't explain anything to me. But I just knew that I felt like crap and I was ready to feel a lot better. So I checked into the hospital, and this was right before Christmas time, so it was so crazy. I got out of the hospital on Christmas Day, and I remember how good I felt after that, because when they pump you up with those medicines, like, you feel incredible. So during that time, like, I was trying to work with my boss, and they wouldn't give me much time off, and they were like, oh, can you just come into work after your chemo sessions? Do you know what it feels like after a chemo session? Like, no, I can't come into work after. So eventually, in so many words, like, I had to quit. Like, they couldn't fire me because of my illness, so I had to quit. And it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Like, money wasn't that important. I wasn't like I was making a bunch of money anyway. But I mean, it sucked. Like, I had to leave my kids, my friends, and all that. So did chemo, and then if anybody knows about chemo, it's like chemo and then it's like the recovering from chemo. So the next pretty much few years, I feel like I was just like recovering. And during that time, I started reading real estate books and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm about to just crush this. I'm about to find a new career that I can, succeed at with my illness. So I got my real estate license, and I started working, sold one thing, and nothing else was really coming. And I just didn't feel the need to stress myself out over it. And I'm just like, I'm trying my best. So I feel like it was finally my time to get back into the working world and all that. And 2015, 2016, especially 2016, it was a crazy year. I mean, you have a lot to think about. Like, I sold one thing, but real estate wasn't just coming that easy. A lot of people, put everything on pause, especially with the election. And just nothing was really happening, and I wasn't really stressing it either, because I mean, I don't want to overwork myself. So I mean, with that, it's bills that need to be paid, and remember my car started acting up, and I'm like, I can't even get to my office to do the work that I need to do. So then let's see, I just kind of took a break and showed up when I could, and you know, I just wasn't too stressed about it until like the student loan people start calling, and then you have bills piling up, and I was just starting to feel really stressed. And then during that time I was also applying for Social Security, and that process has been just stressful. So of course I had the disappointment of being denied, and it was something I kept praying about, and I just wanted it to go through, but it didn't happen. So I'm just like, I just have to keep trying. Like, that's the best that I can do. I can't control everything, so I just have to keep trying. So, not able to work because of lupus, and then Social Security being denied, and I was just starting to feel really stressed. And of course, more had to happen. My dad had stopped working, and I'm on his insurance. He was out on an injury, a knee injury. So my insurance got cut off. So that was a pretty stressful time. Like, I mean, going to I remember I really needed this one medicine. It was like a medicine that I started after chemo, and I was just like, okay, I'll just have to pay out of pocket for it. I get to the line, and this medicine was $300 something, and I was just like, I started to panic a little bit, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I obviously can't afford it. And I mean, I was just really stressed about, you know, the upcoming year too. Like, I'm like, what's gonna happen when I'm really, really cut off? So yeah, the insurance got cut off. I started having to pay medicines out of pocket, you know, with help from, you know, my family and everything. And then, like, I just feel like 2016 was just craziness in the world in general. Like, it was, you know, more and more of these killings of young black men, and mass shootings, and just, I feel like hate was just fueling around me, and it was really taking a toll on me, because I felt like it was nothing that I can really do about it. And like, I was starting to become like fearful. Like, am I gonna get shot up when I go to the movie theater? Am I safe to go, you know, out in public places? Like, you know, it's brought up my anxiety a lot. And 2016, throughout the year, I just felt myself becoming more and more depressed. And because I wasn't able to work, it was just a feeling of just like uselessness, right? So I'm like, I just feel like I knew I had a purpose, but I just felt stagnant. And I guess just for my personality type, I just didn't like that I wasn't moving. It was just like, felt like I was stuck. And I just remember just feeling so depressed, like, and nobody really understands you when you're depressed. And I was grateful for everything that I have in life, but it's just, it was just, you know, really taking a toll on my life. And because of the lupus medicines too, it also causes your serotonin levels to change. So it's not that you're not happy or grateful about life, it's just that your chemical balance is just off. So I mean, let's see, what else? It would just feel like I was just carrying weight on my shoulders all the time, and it was just really bothering me. And then eventually I just kept praying about it, and I just know that, like, it's gonna be over soon. It's gonna be over soon. That's why I keep seeing it, even though it's been years. I just still keep seeing that. So I guess I would say around September of this year, I kind of had like an awakening, like, and I know that's like pretty out there to say, but I really did feel like that. Like, okay, so I kept seeing sorry, I kept seeing 11:11. Like every time I would look at the clock, it was 11:11, or it was 11 minutes past the hour. So I mean, I'm not like super into all that like spiritual stuff in terms of that. Like I'm very Christian religious. So when I researched it, I'm like, why do I keep seeing this? It's kind of freaky. And like first I read that it was the angels trying to get your attention, letting you know that things are aligned in your life and things are in place. So I'm like, okay, I'm kind of feeling that. I'm like maybe I just need to chill and this is where I'm supposed to be in life. And then I also saw that it could be like a distraction from the devil, just trying to get you to think that it's angels when it's really not. So I mean, I kept feeling it out. It kept happening over again. Wherever I was, it would just always happen. 11 minutes past the hour. So I'm like, this has got to be God. Like I prayed about it. I'm like, God, if this is you, just let me know. And I feel like he let me know. And that was the biggest comfort, knowing that I'm okay. So
I was just, oh yeah, I'm trying to focus on getting out of the house and how I'm gonna have, get married and have kids and have all this happen. When I just should really just chill.
If you trust God, he will give you the desires of your heart. But it's still during his time. Like it's not all going to happen when you want it to happen. And I've always known that, but it sucks when it becomes like really real in your life. So I'm just working on being patient. Like that's the one thing I really was big on, was being patient. And I feel like I did a pretty good job at that. Like I remember at first I was just like starting to get mad. Like, okay, I need the rain to let up a little bit, but it's just a part of my journey. And so let's see. Yeah, so I know if you feel like the pressure's on, I would just encourage you to just keep praying about it. I mean, and I have to keep encouraging myself as well, because it's definitely not easy. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely not easy, but we have to encourage ourselves and stay faithful. Keep praying about your situation. I know you may feel like you're cursed, or God hates you, or things like that, but we all have journeys that we have to go through in life, and tests and trials, because it's not about this level that we're at right now. It's about where we're going after this. So I have to keep reminding myself, and it's tough when you have pain and you're sick all the time, and your life is not going the way you want it to. But I mean, nobody really has it perfectly. Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed my little chit chat, get ready with me. I hope you were encouraged, and stay tuned. Peace, blessings, and healings. Love you. Bye.